This video will change your life. If you want to work in the United States, United Kingdom, Australia as a healthcare assistant, then you want to watch this video to the very end, because I'm going to be sharing with you the secrets, the realities of getting these jobs abroad, and that will help you to make the best decisions to plan and actually make your dream of living and working in the United States or any of these countries a reality. I'm going to be sharing with you real example of what worked in the past, what is working today, and what will continue to work. If you follow the steps that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, there is no way you will not make your dream of living and working abroad a reality. So if you're with me on this, let me know in the comment section whatever you learned from this video and what your thoughts are actually on all the points that I'm going to be sharing on this video. Please do not make comments if you do not watch everything, because this is going to be based on my own research experience and experiences of people that got those jobs working in this kind of area, that have reached out to me, that I know, and I believe that this is the main thing that you need to hear to actually change your life from today. Okay, so if you're seeing this face for the first time, my name is Lynda. I'm a registered nurse and I currently live and work in the United States. I moved to the United States from the UK and I'm originally from Nigeria. I studied in Nigeria, moved to the UK, worked for a while, and moved to the United States. Here in the United States, I use the visa type called the EB3 visa, and that the EB3 visa gives you the green card, the permanent residency. Okay, and from the EB3 visa, after 5 years, you can apply for citizenship. The reason when I say this is that this EB3 is actually also available for healthcare assistant job. In my previous video that I made on this channel, that I explained the intricacies around the EB3 visa, because in the past, or many people, when they see the EB3 visa, they think it's only for nurses or for other professionals, but the reality is that the EB3 visa, you can also use it to move to the United States, get a green card, just like I have as a healthcare assistant. So there is a third part of it that the healthcare assistants can actually use. That is why some companies come out and they will say, okay, we are sponsoring, we are giving green card to healthcare assistants and all of that. So because that visa actually exists, I shared my screen in this video, so make sure you watch that video and understand all the points. And the reason why you have to understand that visa exists is that when you are looking for a job as a healthcare assistant, it gives you that understanding, no matter who you are hearing it from. If you're hearing it from me, you're hearing from any YouTuber sharing companies, and I'm going to share some of the companies that I have seen across YouTube that people are sharing today, that I've also talked about in the past, and we will analyze it ourselves and see, okay, is this actually the kind of job that will give me this kind of visa? So this particular EB3, the third option that allows people to come in, it means that if any company comes out and say, yes, I am sponsoring people for EB3 for green card, then that aspect of whatever they are claiming is true. That means they can actually give you that visa, okay, if that company is legit. What you have to actually bear in mind is that this EB3 visa, a lot of company, the US immigration is kind of complicated, and they consider a lot of factors when they are giving this visa to people. So if you are from a country like India, for instance, or Nigeria, some other countries, they have what they call retrogression or something like that. So people stay years, even if they have a job, a valid job from a valid employer, they have all the qualification and everything, because you have to pass through that process. Like a lot of people, my understanding is that it is a queue, like in a queue or something like that, and from each country they have to admit certain number of people per year. So but some people from different countries, they have a lot of people want to move to the United States from that country, so they have to check how many people that enter the United States from that country each year. So some people I've seen people that I work with here that said that they waited to move to the United States for 10 years, even though they have the job, they are registered nurses, they have all the qualification, they have passed their NCLEX and all of that. The same with Nigeria today. A lot of people, they might have passed everything, but this particular type of EB3, it takes them a number of years. So whether you are a healthcare assistant seeking for this, getting a job and all of that in the United States, and the employer is offering you this, that does not guarantee see that you will see yourself in the United States in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending on the country where you're from. So it depends. So if you understand at this point where I'm going, let me know in the comment section what you're getting from this, okay? And give this video a thumbs up, because I want a lot of people to understand this, so that you will not continue to watch video upon videos upon videos on YouTube. If you spot a scam, you will be able to know that this is a scam. If you spot where somebody is telling you move to America tomorrow with EB3, I'm going to share with you other visa types that you can consider, okay? So stay with me. So next, we've talked about the EB3, okay? So there's another form of visa that employers can come out there and say, okay, I can give you this visa for you to work in the United States. That visa is called the H-1B visa. This H-1B visa is a work visa. It allows you to work in the United States as a professional. The difference is that you need to have a degree. So if you don't have a degree at all, and then someone is telling you that they want to recruit you as a healthcare assistant, then that is a red flag, and you should be able to spot it, okay? So this video is actually to clear your eyes, help you to make a plan, focus, so that you will not just listen to anything on YouTube and go for it. So if you're watching this video, you are liberated. You don't want to be one of those people that follow, and 5 years from today you're still where you are without making a headway. After watching this video, my challenge for you is to be able to recognize where you stand right now, and know the kind of visa that you can go with that will actually help you, okay? So that is the H-1B visa. This H-1B visa is what nurses today are beginning to use. Nurses from India, nurses from Nigeria, from some other countries where that their retrogression is actually affected. It doesn't matter where you are. The American embassy, they will always classify you as from this country. So if you're applying for visa and maybe you are in the UK or you are in Australia or whatever, they will still consider you as an Indian, as a Nigerian, and they will consider your visa that way, okay? So it still like affects you for some reason, okay, in one way. Remember, I'm not an immigration lawyer or whatever that will be advising you, but this is to give you the information that works. This is what I will tell my own family members, my friends, so that they will not waste their time. Okay? So now that you know about the H-1B visa, which allows professionals that have degree, so even registered nurses without a degree cannot use the H-1B visa. So if you have a degree, you're a registered nurse, you're an engineer, whatever, you can actually get a job with an employer, and this H-1B visa is a lot faster. You can go with it, but this is not for healthcare assistants, okay? So for healthcare assistant, what options do you now have? There are other temporary visas in the United States that will allow you to come and do jobs like work in agriculture, and they are temporary. You can move with your family members, and your children that are less than 21 years can actually move with you. What you need to know about that H-2A visa, I think that's the name. I will write the name of that visa here. If this is wrong, like H-2A visa, I think that's what's coming in my mind. That visa is a temporary worker visa, especially in agriculture. Certain sectors that helps, I believe most of them are in agriculture. So if you want to work temporarily, you can move to the United States to work with a valid employer, and then your family members can come with you with another type of visa called H-4 visa or something like that. And your family members, they will not be able to work in the United States when they get to the United. You are the one that is supposed to work. The reason why you should know about this is that if you're the only one that will be working with the United States, it will help you to know if you get any job at all, the kind of salary they are going to pay you, do you think is something that will allow you to like look after your family when you get to the United States? What kind of life are you going to be able to live? Because a lot of people actually have more quality life in their home country. So you want to be able to compare whether where you're going is going to be better than where you are coming from. That way, if you get any type of job abroad, you will be able to compare. You will not leave the better place to go to the worst place. You will go to, the better place for you. So if they're offering you something better for you and your family, by all means you take it. But if what they're offering you is not better off, then you can also make that decision, not because someone in the internet is telling you that this is an amazing opportunity, okay? But lucky for you that you're watching this video, at least you have like a form of confidence that when you are choosing any of these employers, and remember, I'm going to list all these employers that I'm seeing and what I think about them, at least 5 of them in this video. Okay, so far I've talked about the EB3 visa, which I said yes you can, but it takes a lot of time. H1B visa, you need to have a degree, so if you don't have a degree, healthcare assistant, of course this will be out of it. And next one is the temporary visa, which you can actually get to work temporarily in the United States. The timing, I believe, is long as well. You can actually use it, move with your family with that type of visa, and then but your family members will not be able to work. So another type of visa you need to know is the B1 B2 visa. This B1 B2 visa in the United States actually helps you to visit the United States for so many reasons. Okay, this B1 B2 visa, you cannot work with that visa, and you try to stay within the constraints of that particular visa so that you'll be able to renew it. You can get into United States again. The beautiful thing I realized about that visa is that you can actually change the status of that visa by applying. So once you are not breaking the law, you are not working with that visa, you're not doing anything that that visa does not permit, you can actually change the status. Like if you get a job with an employer that can give you a H1B visa, for instance, you can change the status of that visa. And then if you get an admission, you can also change the status of that visa to an F1 visa, which helps you to study. So that's the next type of visa I want to talk about, the F1 visa. This F1 visa actually helps you to study in the United States, so many degrees. I believe is one of the best visas you can get for the United States. The reason is because it allows you to study, and then while you are studying in the United States, I've talked about how ultimately you can get into the United States through the F1 visa in one of my videos. If you watch that video, it will give you everything you need to know about this visa and how you can even get admission, scholarship, funding. Friends have used, a lot of people are using. I know a lot of people that are in the process that because there is funding these days, so funding is no longer a barrier. A lot of people still think that funding is a barrier, but funding is no longer a barrier for a lot of people if you want to study, especially in Canada and the United States, because companies have come out to help international students to get loan if they don't get scholarship. But this my video, I talked about all the various ways you can get a scholarship in the United States and also get a funding if you don't have that, if you are not able to get any scholarship at all to help you with your studies. Okay, so you want to watch that video. So F1 visa, it can be very, very fast, and it can help you a lot to get into the United States, study a good course, get a job afterwards, and that is amazing. So after you have understood all this visa, what type of visa do you think is the best for you at this time? Let us know in the comment section as well. In the second part of this video, I will be showing you so many of these companies, and the company number one is the Everglow or whatever. So all this company number one, this is the name. Okay, so this company, I went to their website and I looked through, because this is one of the companies that I'm beginning to see a lot of people sharing on YouTube that you can work as a healthcare assistant with them. And I'm also going to share some of the ones that I've shared in the past that people got jobs with, and the updates of what is going on with those jobs. Okay, so this particular company, I went to their website, they mentioned all their benefits, everything, and I can't see where they said, oh, they are going to sponsor you with this particular type of visa. But remember that if they say, okay, I'm going to sponsor you with EB3, for instance, you already know what EB3 is all about, right? You know what EB3 is all about. How will the person say, okay, I'm going to help you to move to the United States by December with EB3 if you're from India or if you're from Nigeria and some other countries? Okay, these ones I'm very used to them because a lot of people. So how will that happen for you that quickly? It's possible depending on where you're from, right? So they are not totally saying a lie, but how would that happen particularly for you? And remember, this particular one that people are talking about, I did not see anywhere where they said they are going to sponsor you. I did not see sponsorship at all. Please, if you go onto this website and see anything that the employer talks about in terms of sponsorship, please let me know. If you contact them and they will say, yes, we actually sponsor, let me know. But for now, I went through their website, everything. I did not see anywhere they said we sponsor people from different parts of the world to come to work in America. This is also the company number two, the same. Did not see anywhere This is the company number 3, the same, nothing everywhere. Then company number 4 is a company that I personally shared. They got this one is called Carers for America. I've talked about it in one of my videos where I explain about this EB3 visa. This particular company is in the UK, or I would not say it's in the UK, but like their contact information and everything is in the UK. They said they have their own immigration lawyer and blah blah. A lot of people applied, and so many people said that they never got back to them. So even if they get back to you and what they are offering is EB3, now you know the details of what that EB3 means, right or wrong. Right? So another particular one that I want to talk to you about, that we have talked about, I and my colleagues nurses have talked about, because they were helping nurses who are already in the process of getting their NCLEX, so that when they get to the United States, they know that it's faster for them to get their NCLEX, and then they start working. So that company is called Worldwide Health Staffing Solution. This one has been trending. We've talked about it in so many ways with all my colleagues in this YouTube channel. A lot of people did get job with them. A lot of people even say that they traveled with them, but there are so many more people who got jobs, letters with them, that have not heard from them since this year. This year is getting to 6 months. So, and I'm talking with some of them, and I'm like, wow, the reason could be so many. They have a lot of people who applied, they have a lot of people they gave, but they must have watched the immigration part of it. They know that you are from Nigeria. They are not contacting you, because even if they contact you right now, how will they start working on your EB3 or permanent residency when they know the process, right? So is it that they help you out with the H1B visa, which is for degree holders? So even if they gave you and you don't have a degree, even though you are going through your NCLEX, you see the challenge that they also are having. And one thing that I've learned about the US immigration is that the employment part and the immigration part, they are two separate things. So that this employer can be this good, but they will have like an immigration lawyer, so they don't really have much, control over. They can pay for expedition or whatever, like to expedite things to make it faster, but that does not really affect the whole thing, especially if you are from some countries where this thing is going on. Okay, so that is those companies. So these companies exist. Some of them don't have any information about sponsorship. So the conclusion of this part is that whenever you see any video online, people, especially there are people, my colleagues here, that are always talking about healthcare assistant jobs with visa sponsorship in the United States. At least you have a checklist on how to, okay, this particular company, oh, I'm grateful, is here. What kind of visa, what kind of benefits are they offering? What kind of visa are they offering? What are they requiring from me? And even though they are required for that, you have at the back of your mind what it is going to take, so that even if you apply, get a job, you are not in your mind trying to, stop whatever you are doing in your home country, stop studying because you feel like you are going to America tomorrow. The reason why I'm making this video is that it's just burns my heart, because when I was growing up, I know a lot of people who struggle to go to America. They are always applying. Maybe they are in one of your shoes, watching all the videos and making all the wrong decisions of listening to the wrong information or wrong people who actually means well. They are just giving you the information, and many people are expecting you to go and research more. But in my experience, I have seen that people just take this information. Some people just read the thumbnail, that's it, and they come and ask you, please, this visa you talked about, help me get it, without even listening to the details of the video. Some people even go to the comment section and say, scam, scam, scam. They did not even listen to whatever the YouTuber or the person giving the information is talking about. So guys, these are the details. If you watch this video and you are still not able to detect what is actually good for you, let me know in the comment section. If you watched up to this point, what type of visa have you actually, that I've talked about here, that you think is going to be better for you? Watch this video over again, and make your decision. Okay, if it is the F1 visa, if it is, do you think that's the best for you? Is this the EB3 visa? Go ahead, apply for so many, get the job and keep it, and then continue with your life until they are ready to sponsor your visa. If it's the F1 visa, then apply for schools with whatever you have and see if you can get scholarship funding, whatever, get to the United States and move up the visa types that way. If it is the B1 B2 visa, a lot of people are not just able to travel to the United States for like that. So you have a game plan. When you get to the United States, what kind of job are you going to look for? Are you going to look for a job that will give you a visa type H1B visa that you know will be very faster? Not you get there and you start applying for EB3, which you know will take forever, and at the end of the day your visa will expire. In fact, this video, I'm not sure if I feel like this is the kind of information I would give my loved one, and that will help them to make the right decision. So again, so when we are talking about Europe, for instance, if you want to move as a healthcare assistant to Europe, I just want to talk about them briefly. So right now, a lot of people in the United Kingdom that got this job, many of them complaining about so many things, and you must have seen all the complaints on the internet. So a lot of other countries like Ireland is trending and Australia is trending, but they have like certifications that you need to get, and some people are beginning to take advantage of it again. Unfortunately, there's this company that they are training people to get one level whatever certificate for Ireland, and the cost of that particular program is a lot. And I'm wondering, if I am the one advising my very own people, will I tell them to go and take that certification just to get a healthcare assistant job, or will I tell them to use that money that they are going to get for their certification to apply for schools, even if they have application fees, write their IELTS and go for study visa? And from that study visa, they know that if they give themselves 1 year, 2 years, at least they are now in a better place to now position themselves to look for jobs across Europe, or if they are in the United States, how will I advise them? This is the best advice I'll give them. That does not mean that if you really want to go to Europe or Australia or whatever as a healthcare assistant, the best recommendation for you is to go to an employer, find out their requirements, any of the requirements that you do not meet, like all those exams or all those certifications, you can decide to get them and apply. But in my opinion, if you find 2 ways that you don't have to waste a lot of time, because if you get so many of those visas, there are a lot of restrictions. When you get in there, you have to work for those number of years. Applying for schooling, it's a lot. It's going to be a bit complicated. Okay, so guys, if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comment section, and from your questions in the comment section, I can decide to make a follow-up video on this, or just if I see any employer or whatever recruiting for so many of these visas, I'll definitely share, and I'll always show you and actually explain to you how it actually is, so that you make the best decision for you and your family. So thank you so much guys for listening, and I believe you must have heard something that will help you or your family members, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.